Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday here at the WSB WFG office in Northwest Houston. So, this has been really interesting. Um, I was reaching out to the real estate broker down the hall and said, hey, I used to be a broker, used to do mortgages, used to be a debt management consultant. Um, have you ever thought about doing first time homebuyer seminars? He goes, well, there's a girl here, she specializes in as a buyer's agent. So he gets me talking to her, and she sends me this invitation to a um, a real estate investment seminar for commercial investors, and talking about how to calculate the cap rate. I'm like, and charging $30 from WFG title, no affiliation, right? Well, I'm like, I could teach that seminar. So they had training on Wednesday night, that night, and it was good training. Then they asked who wanted to do training on Saturday, so I did it, and I did the training on what we have that would benefit real estate investors, and everything from Bolt and their PNC um, products, uh, doing trusts with LSPN, all right, for doing some creative strategies to pay less capital gains, um, and doing uh, the finance premiums um, with Centra Insurance. All right, so that's what I did the training on on Saturday. Well, I the I called up, just doing my follow up. Called up this mortgage loan officer. Her office is like a mile away, and they have like a co-op office, bunch of real mortgage people there, and they want me to do a presentation on the commercial lending side, right? And so I might start, you know, modifying my presentation, and I start thinking about what's going on in commercial real estate. I mean, when it comes to apartments and residential uh, commercial, they're fat. I mean, they got no vacancies. Man, they can, the rents are going up, right? But I'm like, started thinking about the retail and the office space. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a problem. But I'm like, you know what? In the last 2 years, we went from 300 offices in the U.S. and Canada to 600 offices in the U.S. Canada. So I was trying to find on WSB Community and World System Builder website, trying to find um, where they had the 600 offices and not just 300, which I have on my PowerPoint. Well, couldn't find it, right? But what I did find is WFG has 3,500 offices in the US and Canada combined, right? And I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. All right. So when I'm talking to these, you know, all this information I'll be putting out to these um, real estate investment um, people, right? Especially if they're looking at retail or office space, you know, wouldn't you want to have a WFG office in your building? It would keep every one of these offices is full. I'm sitting there using there's 4 community desks, first come first serve, right? In this office, and I can't get an office to myself um, unless we expand, all right, or somebody dies. But then there's a waiting list, right? but you know, so eventually we could. I saw this happen in San Diego, California, and we had like the sixth floor, and the next thing you know, we get the fifth floor, and we kept expanding, 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 and so I can see that happening right now with our business. So that's exciting, and it gives you something to talk to the the commercial property managers and the commercial investors about. All right. Hope this benefits somebody. If it does, go ahead and share it. All right. Have a great night.